I need you to turn to Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. It's right up there. I am God. I haven't changed. What does it say? I haven't what? And because I haven't changed you, because I haven't changed you, the descendants of Jacob haven't been what? Let's go with it one more time. I am God, I change not. And because of that, I haven't changed you. Now, and the reason why I haven't changed you is because I made you out of love. I made you out of what, everybody? I made you out of love. I haven't changed. I am God. I have not changed. I love you. I expect you to love everybody else, even when they have done you wrong, because you what? Because you love, and because of the mere fact that I made you, and I am a God of love. All right, now, let's look at John. Let's look at John. John chapter 16, verse 33. I've told you all this so that trusting me, you will be unshakable and assured, deeply at peace. In this godless world, you will continue to experience what? But take heart, I have conquered the world. Take heart, I have conquered the world. You may be seated. Take heart, I have conquered the world. Now, God says, I haven't changed. I am the greatest lover of all times. I also created you. So because I created you, that means that you are supposed to be a lover also. And let's face the facts. It's hard to love your enemies. If I'm wrong, tell me. I'm going to say it one more time. It's hard to love your enemies. It's hard for you to love people who you know don't love you. It's hard for you to love people who you know wish you'd go to. Come on out. Come on, let's make it real. Let's really, truly make it real. And because of this, God says, regardless to how the other person feels, you are supposed to still love them because I am love. Did y'all get that or did you not get it? Now, the devil doesn't want you to love. What did I say? He wants you to have superficial love. What is superficial love? Superficial love is not unconditional. Superficial love is a fake. And you know what? And because it's a fake, sometimes you fool me, but you don't fool God. So you don't get your blessing. Did you hear what I just said? But now society plays on superficial love. What does society play on? What does society play on? Superficial love means that it's love of a moment. It's not love of a lifetime. Wait. I'm going somewhere with that. Superficial love, love for a moment, not love for a lifetime. So if I'm looking for a mate, if I'm looking for a relationship, then I have to understand and know that this love is not superficial. And too many of us deal in superficial things. That's why we get hurt. What did I just say? That's why we get hurt, because a lot of times we deal in the superficiality. Ooh, that's a good word, ain't it? We deal within the superficiality of love. But when I become one in a relationship, number one, it means I already love myself. Because if I love myself, I can learn how to love you. But if I don't love me, how in the dickens can I love you? And because of that process, can you think of 10 people that you know of that has been married for at least 20 years? Count them. I love this air condition, but it's superficial love is not love supreme, because relationships say this: either I am sacrificing or I'm taking. Y'all not in here. Either I am sacrificing or I am taking. I ask you to think of at least 10 people that you know of that have been married for at least 20 years. How many of you came up with 10? Look at the few hands. Some of you have been married for 20 years. Who's been in here married for 20 years? Now, can I get y'all to stand? I want to show you something. Can I get y'all to stand? Is Sister Cox standing? Where is she? All right. Now, I want you to be honest. Come here, baby. See, I can use her. I'm gonna use some of y'all too, but I'm gonna use her right quick. Come on up here, real quick. Oh, Lord. She said don't ask her too many questions. Have our relationship always been the best?
No.
But have there been times when you wanted to leave?
Yes.
No, I really want you to, okay. But did you go?
No, I'm still here.
Why are you still here?
Because love outweighs all of the difficulties, and you work through those difficulties because of the love that you have for each other.
Thank you, baby. I love you. And there have been times I wanted to leave you too. And there's been times I've been mad at you too. Amen. All right, she can sit down. Now. I'm going to use my elders, Steve and Monica. Y'all come up here. Come on up here real quick. Come on up here. Y'all can sit down now. Don't ask you too many questions. I'm not getting ready to ask you no question. Okay. You guys have had issues with each other. Okay. But did you ever think of saying, I'm not going to work it out? You said yes at the time, I'm not going to work it out, and you just went on your way. But then you came to yourself. Why did you come to yourself? The answer is because he loved his wife. So then that meant that that was not superficial love. Y'all can be seated. Now give him a hand. Now listen. Listen here. When I develop a relationship with me, myself, and my spouse, it is called no longer superficial love. And if it was superficial love, what do I need to do? Wait a minute. If it's superficial love and I got married, what do I need to do? That's the word. I need to work on it. Who do I work on first? What did you say? Absolutely is the word. I work on myself. So now watch this. Inside of a relationship is a family. You know where I'm going, don't you, Doc? Inside of the relationship is a family. And inside of this relationship of this family, I am supposed to do what with this family? Love them. Work with them. Because I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, if I don't love them, somebody out on the street will love them superficially. And they will think it's for real. Are y'all in here? So then I become, what's the word? Responsible. I become responsible for everybody sitting in here who needs to be loved. I'm going to say it one more time. I become responsible for everybody who's a part of this church to be loved, and for those who are going to come inside of the church to be loved. No matter what I did, no matter where I came from, no matter who I am or what I am, but one thing I do know, I am God's child. Do y'all understand that? And if we practice that process, guess what's going to happen? You won't have no place to sit in here. Because I know there's somebody in here, everybody in here, who knows there's somebody that they need to touch. And I don't mean just a physical thing. I mean, we need to let them know how much we love them and how much we care for them and appreciate what they have done. Wait, if I'm wrong, tell me. Now watch this. Let's compare something. How many of you would agree with me that the 1900s is different from the 2000s? Now watch this. In the 1900s, home and family were highly valued, along with religion as a part of the culture of the home. But in the 2000s, homes and family are devalued. And religion is kept separate as a cultural experience. So then the question comes to us as adults. And the question comes to us as those who are looking for mates. Where is that individual's values? Because the year 2000 values are different from the year 1900 values. But God says, I am God and I don't change. Do y'all hear what I just said? So then it becomes rather difficult to find find someone who loves myself and you too, because of the value system. Did y'all hear what I just said? Did y'all really truly hear what I just said? The value system. So then how does the value system change? I'm glad you asked. The value system changes within the confines of the family. The value system changes within the confines of the family. And what I mean by family is within the inner circle of the entire church. So that my self, I have the esteem of myself and the pride of myself to know that I am loved, and the pride and the understanding to know that who else is in here is also loved. Because if not, I can be inside the church and be unequally yoked. But because I became unequally yoked, 2000 says get a divorce. Are y'all in here? So then in the years of 2000, we would rather divorce than work it out. Because that is the way society is today. But my mama and them, who's been married now for 50, let's see, I ain't gonna tell you how old I am. At least 52 years. They still together. And they all get sweetie this and honey that. Which means, in the process of loving one another, I learn how to communicate. What do I learn how to do? Give me 5 more minutes and I'm through for this, because we'll finish this next year. Next year, because next year it starts next year. Watch this. How do I communicate? Now watch this. We communicate different ways. And the reason why we communicate different ways is because even though we are one, we are separate. Even though we're one, we're separate. So we communicate in different ways. And sometimes I communicate to you how I feel, and you get mad. When in reality, you really should have listened at what I said, because sometimes when I'm mad, I just don't think before I speak. Come here, somebody. I don't think before I speak, and what happens in the communication process, the other person really gets mad. And that person says, then you go on that other person. Whether or not you're married, friends, church member, whatever, I don't care who you are, what you are, where you are, you get mad. And in the process of you getting mad, you never hear. And because you never hear, you're never able to work it out. And the reason why you're never able to work it out is because you're not able to communicate. Because when you communicate, you now begin to communicate on a defensive posture instead of a listening posture. If I'm wrong, tell me. And because you're in this posture, what do you learn? Nothing. So what happens to your relationship? There's a gulf between me and you. Lord, watch between me and you while we absent. While we absent one from another. Am I right or wrong? Society says superficial. Superficial is the devil's way. You shall not surely die. But he didn't lie. But Adam and Eve is dead today, aren't they? And Satan is the only one that's left to tell that lie. So then, here we go. Superficial love is not for a lifetime. You know the wedding vows, it says, till death do you. I really didn't understand that. I really didn't understand that definition until about 6 years ago. And let me explain. Can I explain that to you, to what death do us part mean? When I married Adela, I thought I loved her. But I really didn't. Now, don't get that wrong, baby. No, don't get it wrong, because I'm going to explain what I just said. I loved her, but I love her more now than I did in 1976. Now, you say that's kind of hard because of all the situations we've gone through, yeah. But I love her more now than I did in 1976. And there's a reason why. Do you know why? Because I've gotten to know her. And she's gotten to know me. And with all of the situations and with all of the issues and with all of the crisis and all of the mess that goes on in our lives, I don't care how mad I am, when I get ready to leave the house, I kiss her goodbye. Is that right? And when I come home, same kiss her. Same thing with Mrs. Cox. Because there is a point of love where love remains no matter what. Love remains what, everybody? Can I get a little music? Because I'm stopping right now. When I first saw Adela, I said to myself, that's the finest thing on the top side of God's green grass. When God decided to create man, he knew there was going to be trouble. But when I stood up in 1976 and said, I do, I heard the preacher talk about you're going to have some good days and you're going to have some bad days and all that kind of stuff. I didn't pay no attention to that. But as the months and years passed by, we ran into some trouble. We ran into some situations. We ran into some issues. We ran into some problems. But you know what I discovered? I discovered that the love that I had kept me going. And that love never made me think about going downtown at some other hotel. Though I had many opportunities. And I'm quite sure she did too. But I learned something. I remember what my grandmother used to say. Grandmother said, keep on living you're going to get yours. I'm going to say it one more time. Keep on living. You're going to get yours. I'm so happy to have my grandson. I called Kareem yesterday. Dolly, how you doing? You know what her response was? I kind of know what you and Mama used to talk about. I said, you just started. God started for us when he said, I'm lonely. And he said in his word, I'm going to love, I'm going to sacrifice, I'm going to go all the way. Cox is going to mess up, but I'm going to still love him. Cox is going to ask for forgiveness. I'm going to forgive him, but he's going to mess up again. Are y'all in here? He's going to ask for forgiveness again because he's going to mess up, and I'm going to forgive him. And every time he asks for forgiveness, I'm going to throw it in the deepest part of the ocean. Because my grace is sufficient. Did y'all really get and understand what I just said? My grace is sufficient.